Edu Thiero, we're trying to figure out if he's going to be able to play or not. Without him, it's kind of like, if you remembered, we lost Boogie, had 2 days, and had to prepare for Georgia. Well, now we have 2 days and have to prepare for Texas if he does not play.
This is The Morning Rush.
That was Cal on his radio show last night live at Sassy's Barbecue and Grill. Didn't sound too optimistic about the heart and soul, the gas that makes the engine go of this basketball team. Edu Thiero, who has been the most consistent player for Arkansas all season long. And he referred to Boogie Flan, Tommy, who Arkansas didn't have in that Georgia game and hasn't had since, and the adjustment that the staff and the team has had to make since then. I'm not going to say it's 100% set in stone, but it sure sounds like from his comments and the stuff that you're reading that they're going to have to make an adjustment tomorrow night with the Longhorns in town.
Well, and that's a little bit scary because who can you get enough out of? Bruce Stanton is with us. I'm live in Bentonville. We're at the Governor's Conference for Tourism that's going on, and we were talking about this prior to the show, that if he doesn't play, can you find enough out of someone else on the roster? Can John L. Davis have another one of those games? So, Ty, to me, that's a little bit scary if your player that's been your best player all year long can't go at this point.
So is ESPN Arkansas an amenity? Is that part of the tourism here across Arkansas? Is not only do you experience it, I hear Bruce laugh in the background. There's some sarcasm infused with that statement, Bruce. But when you think about the great amenities of the natural state, our wonders, our natural wonders, well, in addition to that, you get great programming from 6A to 7P every weekday. And then all the weekends, Razorback games and everything else we've got from the old mothership out in Bristol. But is that what you've been pitching, Tommy, is that we are amenity to the state?
I was pitching beers and glasses of wine last night is what I was doing.
You saw I'm making up this morning.
I'm honored to be a part of the board of directors for the Arkansas Broadcasters Association. And the Arkansas Broadcasters have a long-standing partnership with the tourism industry in our state, and hosting, which is anytime you have a conference, a get-together, a convention, the most important parts are what? The hospitality room, the social hours. And someone has to, take care of those aspects.
Had an important job.
I had a very important job last night.
Yeah.
So.
Ty, you're not old enough to remember this. The older viewers will, but I feel like this is a modern version of John Lennon and Yoko Ono in bed in New York City when they invited all the reporters to come into their bedroom and interview. Tommy and I are sitting on the bed in the Motto Hotel in downtown Bentonville.
Brand new, beautiful hotel, but
it is.
Literally the rooms are about 112 square feet.
They didn't
96 and a half.
They're not very large.
They didn't want y'all as the presenters in the lobby and have the big ESPN Arkansas stuff out everywhere. You guys have been shoved away in that
I'm not sure
that
they could handle
cubicle.
the crowd.
No.
Okay, that's probably smart. You're always
no, cubicles would be bigger.
you're
A
always.
cubicle would be
The
bigger.
Arkansas locker in the basketball.
I have a
locker
feeling you
room.
guys are sandbagging.
Well, we're
how
having a
nice
great
this-
time.
How nice this hotel room is, as occasionally.
We didn't say it wasn't nice.
It's
We
just
didn't say it
small.
wasn't well appointed.
It's just small.
It's very
Diminutive.
It's efficient.
So does it
It's
feel
an
like?
efficient use of space.
Does it feel like you're in New York, where the hotel rooms
New
are?
York or London.
Yeah.
In Hilton downtown.
I've been to downtown Bentonville many times. We're 2 blocks, a 3-minute walk from the square. We're at across the street from the Ledger. Have you been to the Ledger yet? Or do
Is
you
that
know
a
what
bar?
I'm talking about?
Or what is that?
No, it's not. No, it was last night on the top floor. But this is the building that has the wraparound. What you call a walkway where you can bike up to the top or whatever.
And there's a lady taking a kid on a bike up the top.
Yeah,
Good.
right outside our window. But it's a 6-story shared meeting space. Would that be the proper description?
Nice.
You can have a membership there. You can make it your office space. They have meeting rooms and. But there are, I don't know, hundreds of people that are in the tourism industry that are in Bentonville right now for the Governor's Conference.
Yeah,
Nice.
outdoor manufacturing. You got Bascat Bows, Pragco, people like that, and you got Tommy's good friend Clint Gaston here with Bill Barnes from Mountain Harbor. So it's a who's who of Arkansas tourism and manufacturing.
So the thing about Bentonville is I would regard as the most sophisticated part of our state. And I don't know if you guys are familiar or know this, but the Waltons actually have barred me from entering that town because I treated the Bentonville Square like Dixon one night. And so there are, like, there's DWI, like stops, cops. They have that same thing in Bentonville where they look out for my Toyota Camry and they make sure that I can't enter. So I'm glad that you did not invite me to this venture, Tommy, because I would have not been allowed to enter the city parameters of Bentonville. So just a heads up on that.
Oh, I had strict orders about your attendance.
Yeah. It's forbidden.
Yeah, exactly. So that is where we are and where we begin. And you're watching online, you're wondering what are the two goofballs doing on the right side of the screen. That's what we're up to. Hey, we're brought to you by Wheels RV, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Employee pricing this month till the end of the month at Wheels. That means you pay what the staff pays, not a penny more. Plus, you still get the lifetime warranty on every new RV. This includes new, used, and select 2025 models at Wheels RV. Again, 5 miles west of exit 72 off I-49 in Springdale. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Before we get to some texts and our opening drive as well, we got a Pradco Pyramid of Power coming up. I will say, knowing Tommy wasn't in studio this morning, I usually try and get dolled up for him, look presentable, look professional. But my hair this morning, I didn't even wet it. It looks like a crow's nest. I knew my headphones were going to be put on. It would disguise some of how bad my hair looks, and worse than normal, I should say. But knowing that
Bruce.
Tommy was not in studio, and I'm going to play basketball at lunch and shower after because I'm seeing clients this afternoon, so I'll at least look presentable for the afternoon meetings. But this morning, I look disheveled. My shirt is untucked under my jacket. It looks like someone like plucked me off the street and said, "Hey, you should try the radio for the next 2 hours." But that's normal. So I guess that it's not out of the ordinary, honestly.
Well, that's awfully sweet, and it's kind of adorable that he confuses us for two people who care.
Exactly.
Well, I can't. You know what?
You play mad today.
Oh, I
hope
trust
you play
me.
basketball mad today because the Thunder had a 24.
Yeah,
lead
what
in
the?
fourth quarter and lost
Okay,
in overtime.
so I turned it on last night, and by the way, I did not know that I got FanDuel Sports Network with our subscription, so I'm happy about that because I can watch every Thunder game from here on out. But I turned it on last night, and we're just kicking the crap out of Minnesota, just burying them. There was a sequence where Jalen passed it to Isaiah. He banged a three. I'm standing up in my bed, hyped. I'm like, 2 Hogs and 2 Grizzlies, let's go. And then sure enough, and the Timberwolves come all the way back and block Shea right before the game ends, and then he has another 3 and misses it. So, yes, Bruce, I was a little frustrated with how last night's game concluded, like you were.
Yeah. We'll take it out on the pickup guys.
I'll do my best. I'll do my best. All right, we do have some basketball to discuss here. Adu Thero, we got this text from Andy in Mountain Home. He says, again, this is completely on Coach Cal for recruiting so few players. He said it's 100% his fault. Guys, his fault. Guys, is Andy wrong? Like, people want to say, well, Boogie got hurt, and again, it's one of your it was your highest recruited player, and Adu got, but I go back to what I said at the beginning when this process played out. It was a mistake to do this. Period. And so
this has been your narrative all year.
What?
That this short bench idea and the Musselman 7-man rotation, 8-man rotation was going to be the downfall of the team. This was what you said before the year even started.
Yeah,
so
and
this fits right into what you're saying.
And that's why I'm agreeing with Annie on this. I mean, again, injuries happen during the course of the season, and that's why, like, before the season began, it's like, I'm not wishing that this team gets injured and on the report and everything else. But watching college basketball, and as physical as the sport is becoming, everything else, you as a head coach have to anticipate things going wrong. It's hope for the best, prepare for the worst. And so when you shrink your roster from 13 scholarship guys to 9, you're just setting yourself up for potential failure. And again, I don't know what the prognosis is for Adu Thero. I don't know how long he's going to be out. What I do know is that he's probably not going to play tomorrow night, just based on what you listen to Cal, based on what you read. And this doesn't seem like, I hope this isn't for multiple games, but I don't know if they can beat Texas at home without this kid. To be honest, I hope I'm wrong, and I was wrong on Saturday, and I fully admit that. But again, he has been the guy, the most consistent player for this team
Say they
all
can't
year.
do it and be wrong again.
Yeah.
They can't do it. Prove me wrong again,
The
please.
thing
I'm
I'll
begging
say,
you.
I don't like Bruce Pearl, but he plays 12 players. He's got 12 players that can play, and they play minutes. And when Janai Broom, the best player in the country, went down for 3 games, they didn't skip a beat because
Mhm.
they had 11 other guys they could put out there at any time.
Yeah, I agree. All right, Ty, let's get to our opening drive, brought to you by First Financial Mortgage.
Putting on a basketball court, it's not so easy. It's in. The place goes bananas, and what do? You go and celebrate with Patrick Mahomes.
This is the opening drive presented by First Financial Mortgage in Fort Smith.
All right, did you all watch that last night? The Tech kid that hit that 94-foot putt?
I saw the video.
Okay, so this has happened. It happened at an Auburn game. Apparently, Alex Rodriguez won a kid $10,000 at Bucknell for hitting a half-court shot. It happens at a lot of Thunder games, Bruce. I feel like it's happened like 50 times where fans hit a half-court shot.
It happens as much as the Red Pandas on at halftime.
Yeah, that too. But I was thinking like last night, you're given a chance, Tommy, as I'm watching this play out, and Patrick Mahomes was in attendance. You heard Fran Fraschilla being like, and I think it was John Shambi was like, oh, the kid got hyped, and they went over and shoulder bumped, which was cool. But all right, you're given an opportunity to win $10,000. You can either chip 94 feet, you can putt 94 feet, or you can shoot a half-court shot for $10,000. Which one are you taking? I'm taking the shot because I'm terrible at golf.
I'm taking a half-court shot. I think I have, as someone who's had a lot of ball games, I've seen this golf deal, and I've never seen anyone be
Come
able
close.
to put it in basically a mouse hole, because what they do is they put the sponsor on like a 4x8 piece of plywood or a sheet or whatever, and they cut a little mouse hole in the bottom. I don't know. I've seen it. I've never seen it done in person.
Well, I'll say this. We have 150 people at our Christmas party at Pradco. We did that putt thing wall to wall. We had 3 people make $250 putts.
Really?
Yeah.
Nice. Well,
We were kind of caught shorthanded. It's like, well, we got to pay them all.
Yeah.
three. I mean,
that
3% out of. Or
I need to go to your Christmas party.
Yeah. I'm surprised, Tommy. I thought you would go for the putt. I figured that as much
No,
as
that's on a basketball floor.
Impossible.
How do you read the break? Number one, is there break?
Is there? I hope there's not a break.
It's fast. You talk about fast. I mean, it's literally like putting on concrete.
Yeah.
So I mean, that and I'm not the basketball guy at all.
Well, there could be sweat, tape, spit, all kinds of stuff on the floor.
Oh,
I wish Arkansas would come back to doing something like that at halftime, either a half-court shot, or which they've done a few times, or a golf sequence of some sort. I don't know how long it's been since that happened, but I'd like to see them do that at some
when
point.
they had a sponsor.
Yeah.
They get a sponsor, they'll be doing it.
Well,
I promise you.
the ESPN, we can say the ESPN Arkansas one, and we'll happily support that in any way, shape, or form. A little surprised, Tommy. I'm going to be honest. I thought you would full-fledged be the chip
I'm
or
gonna
a
tell you
putt.
that's one chance. You don't get any mulligans. You don't get any do-overs. It's impossible.
Well, I think
You'd
you
have a
could.
much
I
better
have
chance of
confidence.
putting a basketball that's 8 inches around or whatever it is in a hoop from half the distance.
I have-
You
Run
really
a
would.
start. I think they'd be lenient if you went 5 or 10 feet past half court.
Well, one
kinda
night they
logged it.
did. Remember that? You may not have. I think they were playing LSU, and someone went over the line and made it for $10,000, and they wiped it off because he's crossed the line.
Oh, that's
And
bad.
Coach Broyles came down and was
Yeah.
wagging that finger at Matt
That's it.
Shanklin, and they ended up paying it. Now, the insurance wouldn't pay for it. The university had to pay for it.
Yeah.
Pay
But
for
the
it.
crowd was booing, and Coach Broyles saved the day.
There you go.
Well, that is your opening drive here this morning. I'm going to guess that Ethan Adamson would take the golf attempt. I've never seen him play basketball, but I have seen him play golf, and I would guess that he actually has a shot to make this putt. Not only is, again, really good golfer, but a really good mortgage lender. He helped me. He's my mortgage lender. He's been with the company at First Financial Mortgage for over 13 years. They have over 300 5-star reviews. He's got a great team with him, Emily, and everyone else. So if you're in the market to buy a new house, maybe you want to refinance, look no further than Ethan Adamson and First Financial Mortgage, 479-782-9300, or go online to ffb1.com. First Financial Mortgage, in the business of you. Equal housing lender. It is that time on a Tuesday. What do Tommy and Bruce think about the current slate of the SEC? Big games tonight, big games tomorrow. Let's hear about it in the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
Who are the best basketball teams in the SEC? Let's find out.
Perhaps I could be of some assistance.
This is the Pradco Pyramid of Power.
You know, much like Ty, Bruce, I apologize. My hair is not perfectly presented this morning because I stayed up way too late worrying whether or not Auburn should be number one. You know, I mean, I just spent hours on this late into the night. That is why I stayed up so late. Is, man, should Auburn, who's the only team with one loss in this league, should they really be the number one team? And, you know, after hours and hours and hours of deliberation and, you know, rehydration and more liquids and more nutrients and great food, I came to the conclusion Auburn should remain at the top.
Yeah, it's just cut and paste, 7 straight weeks.
Now, number 2, there's a little bit of a discussion. You know, Alabama loses to Missouri midweek. Florida's playing well, but they beat LSU on Saturday.
By 6 at halftime.
So I'm going to keep Alabama at 2. Despite the loss to a ranked Missouri team, I'm keeping Alabama right behind Auburn at number 2.
I couldn't do it. They got Florida International, give up 110 points to Missouri. That was brutal. No defense at all.
All right, so I got Florida 3. I can't argue either. You know, if you went the other way.
I got Florida 2, Bama 3. They did rebound by beating Kentucky, but that was a bad look at Missouri.
It absolutely was. Tennessee at 4.
Oh, yeah. They only played one game, but, you know, they took care of business at A&M. They play Bama on Saturday, so big game.
Ooh.
So A&M beats Arkansas last week, midweek, and I got A&M at number 5.
I got Missouri at number 5. It was a weird week. They dropped 110 on Alabama, and then they were held to 85 in a loss to Arkansas. But Dennis Gates got to be the coach of the year, doesn't he?
I agree.
Yep. Last year.
No
I
question.
would think so at Missouri. Then I got Missouri at 6 this
got
week.
A&M at 6.
So we just flip-flop 2 and 3 and 5 and 6. So we got the
same
same group of teams.
A lot of those teams in the middle lost Saturday. You know, there was like those 5 teams in the middle all lost. Mississippi teams and A&M, just kind of a struggle for them.
Arkansas right now, I was just kind of counting down, tied for, or I guess they're tied for 12th with Texas, which makes this game midweek. And I'm just kind of looking, you know, at 5 and 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7. So basically a game and a half behind 8th place in this league right now. And you know, could you crawl into that top 8 that gets the bye? It's still possible. May have to run the table to do it, but you got a lot of the teams in front of you still there. You're tied with Texas. Still got Mississippi State coming up. You've got South Carolina, obviously, who got their first win in a road game. Got Vandy, who's a game ahead of you. So still a chance to maybe climb past some people in this league.
How much does
That's our Pradco Pyramid of Power. Auburn, Florida, Bama, Tennessee, A&M, and Missouri is our group of teams. Ty, do we leave anybody out?
No, y'all just, I mean, you just had the switch in order between you two. I don't think there's anyone else that belongs on this list, to be honest.
So
A&M loss was kind of.
Would you have Bama ahead of Florida or Florida ahead of Bama right now?
I would still take Florida over, and they play each other soon, don't they? Or am I making that up? I think they double check. I want to say that game is coming up momentarily. I don't know, Bruce. We were talking about this yesterday. So Arkansas closes out their season. Texas tomorrow, at South Carolina, at Vanderbilt, and Mississippi
Wednesday,
State.
March 5th.
Okay,
March 5th.
I thought that game was coming up
at Tuscaloosa.
Bruce, Arkansas schedule, like Auburn has 4 ranked games to finish out their season. The Razorbacks might have the most least difficult schedule of any SEC team down the stretch. I don't know if that 100% locks you in the NCAA tournament. This Adu Thero injury kind of throws a wrinkle in things, but you kind of got through the gauntlet, at least in terms of ranked opponents. You still got some, or one, I guess, in Mississippi State, but you kind of got through
They're spiraling right now a little bit. So
don't you think they got to go 7-11? They got to win 2 more.
Yeah, that's what I've said. It's like if you go 7-11, you got to win Wednesday and Thursday in the tournament. If you go 8-10,
I don't think 6-12 gets you.
I don't want to hang my hat on 7-11, boys.
In this league, 7-11 will get you in.
Hope you're right.
There will be a 7-11 team get in.
Well, right now, how many teams? Let's see. It's 7 wins or better. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 9 teams that have 7 or more wins at this point. So,
And they're saying 12 or 13 are going to get in. So
I think Arkansas. I would be shocked if they made it to Thursday in the sense of like having a bye Wednesday. They're going to be one of the lesser 8 seeds on Wednesday, and that will that'll be in like the 7 or 8 win category.
well,
I mean, you got pretty
only
much.
reason.
Go ahead.
Only reason, if you look at the standings, though, right ahead of you in the standings is Vanderbilt and Mississippi State, and you're tied with Texas. So if you win those games, you're going to have a chance to the teams that are right in front of you that are blocking your way to 8. You've got a chance to get there.
Hey, wouldn't you like to play Duke as an 8 seed second game?
And oh, by the way,
not this
Kentucky's
Duke
right
team.
there.
Not this Duke team.
Kentucky's right there as well. And who has? Do you have a tiebreaker over Kentucky?
And you could have.
I believe you do. I believe you do.
And that
Yes.
Mississippi State tiebreaker too. But you're asking them to just falter down the stretch. Maybe I'm wrong. But I would just be very surprised if Arkansas got a bye
Kentucky's
Wednesday.
7-7. I mean, so that's where. All right, you're here at the tourism. Y'all kind of combine all the outdoor stuff and tourism together, and great time with the great weather to get out on one of the Highland reservoirs. Or
No
something.
doubt. And it's jerkbait time. Get your Booyah Flash Point Deep, Smithwick Suspending, Rattling Rogue. Go out, fish Main Lake points. They're going to be pulling water because there's high water at Beaver and everywhere, and that makes them fish hold on them Main Lake points. Jerk that bait down to about 8 to 10 feet. Make sure you pause for a long time and go catch them.
LureNet.com. All orders over $35. Ty, get you free U.S. shipping.
All right, we got our hog update coming up. I just got a text about John Calipari and something he just did. I want to share with you next when we come back on the Morning Rush.
Hi, Tommy. They're great. You do a great job all day long. Great station. Y'all guys have a great, wonderful day and go home.
This is the Morning Rush.
What's better than getting something for free? Winning. And with the $5 bundle from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery, you get the chance to do both. For $5, you get 3 tickets, a Powerball ticket with Power Play, a Mega Millions ticket, and a free Natural State Jackpot ticket. That's 3 ways to win. So ask for the $5 bundle today. Bundle is eligible with Quick Picks only. Offer ends February 28th. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Novo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Make a shot!
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $10,000 off or $7,000 off and 0% financing on select 2024 GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The 24 GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $10,000 off or take $7,000 in discounts and 0% financing with approved credit. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
Hey, Ty Richardson for Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world. Rachel's at Papa's right now. Rachel, what do you think?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
You can check out their menu at papaspub.com. Cricket, how about you?
Papa's Pub and Pizzeria. The best darn pizza in Fort Smith, perhaps the world.
Come on by and see us at Papa's Pub and Pizzeria, 508 Garrison Avenue in downtown Fort Smith.
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
for insurance that fits just right. Find a shelter agent near you.
See Agent Randy Milam in Alma or Agent Brandon Zimmerman in Barling.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
The Great American Conference Basketball Championships are coming to Fort Smith, March 6th through the 9th at Fort Smith Southside High School. See the best men's and women's teams in the GAC battle it out for an automatic bid into the NCAA Division II tournament. Get your tickets and more information for the Great American Conference Tournament at GreatAmericanConference.com. It's the GAC Basketball Championships, March 6th through the 9th in Fort Smith at Southside High School.
Are you ready to indulge in an unforgettable fine dining experience? Then come join us at Uncorked, where every meal is a masterpiece, crafted with the finest ingredients to tantalize your taste buds. And with our extensive selection of cocktails, wine, craft beer, and bourbons, we've got something for everyone. So why not take a break from the ordinary and join us on Phoenix Avenue next to Sodi's? Come savor the moment with us at Uncorked, where every visit is a celebration.
It's the Salesman Showdown at Harry Robinson's Saddle Salt Ford. Troy's got his staff competing with each other for great prizes for them. Here's the best deal for you out there listening. Matching down payments and up to $13,000 off during Truck Month on Ford F-150s.
Yes, and Tommy, that's not all that we have going on. The new Expeditions, the 24s that we have left in stock, up to $10,000. We've only got 2 of those left. These 24 F-150s are up to $13,000 off of MSRP, and we're going to match your down payment of up to $1,500. So take advantage of it. Right now is the time to buy.
And Expeditions, if you need a full-size SUV to haul the family, haul whatever, these Expeditions are deeply discounted.
Yeah, and not only are they discounted, we're going to match your down payment of up to $1,500. So your $1,500 now turns into $3,000.
Matching down payments up to $1,500. It's the Salesman Showdown. Harry Robinson, Saddle Ford, 1 mile south of exit 308 off I-40 in Saddle.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Arkansas football. It's the players running through the A. Hogcats. It's more than 70,000 fans calling Woo Pig Suey.
Yes, sir.
Guys, I've got just one thing I want to say to you. Touchdown, Arkansas!
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Let's go on a run. I'm telling you, I had a team that did not get it going, Kenny, until what, March?
Yeah. Never seen it.
And then we ended up in the national championship game.
That was John Calipari after the game this weekend against the Missouri Tigers. Again, trying to talk to his guys about doing something. They have not been on a 3-game winning streak since December, since conference play really got started in January. We'll see if they're able to continue on that tomorrow night against the Texas Longhorns. Just got this text from Wynn in Northwest Arkansas. Just pushed a car off the road that ran out of gas on Township with Coach Cal. He was the first car to stop and help. Need to give him his flowers on the air. So not only is he your basketball coach, but in the midst of an Arkansas fan, I would guess, that ran out of gas, Tommy, he is willing to help and get the car out of harm's way off the road in Northwest Arkansas.
It's really hard for some people to think, John Calipari's a good guy. But from all accounts of him being the head coach, and no one would ever say that until he became your head coach. And I know some people still struggle with it. But the involvement in the community, the way he's interacted, the money he's donated to various charities, is there any reason to say he's not a great person?
I don't.
We hated him because he was with Kentucky, and we didn't really know him on a personal level. Now that we've gotten to see how he involves himself in the community and the things he does. And this is one small example. This is just being a good human. But, he's shared some of his fortune with various charities. We've seen that already. turns out he's not a bad person. He's a pretty good human being.
I don't.
And that's hard for some people to stomach and digest.
I don't know what the equivalent would be. I don't know if people hated Saban. You've got a respect level. If like Saban all of a sudden became your head coach, or in baseball, like I guess the most hateable baseball coach that we have a connection with is maybe Mike Bianco at Ole Miss. But there's really no comparison to like a direct correlation with an Arkansas fan and a rival team that you hated for over a decade, and then all of a sudden they became your head coach. So getting over hatred and like the term forgiveness, even though like he hasn't done anything like outside of beating your team in some crucial situations over the years, it is an interesting dynamic that Arkansas fans have to deal with. By the way,
would you have stopped and helped push the car? We'd like to say yes, but well, I was in a hurry. I had this to do or that. You think Cal didn't have something to do?
Yeah,
You know?
I full disclosure.
I can't say I
no.
absolutely would have stopped.
No, I wouldn't.
Now, you would have if she was good looking. You'd have helped, but But
yeah. Well, that's a different
some
story.
dude, you would have moved. I got to get to the station.
If I know the guy or gal, I'm absolutely stopping. But if it's his situation, I don't know him full. Sure enough, I can't. By the way, Tommy, you were. I'm just being like, I'm not gonna lie.
I love painting you in a corner.
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I totally would. No, I wouldn't. I'm just being honest.
I'm being honest. I don't. It'd be easy to come up with an excuse.
By the way, Michael Collier was the kid's name that stepped over the line. Matt Whitson texted that in. That kid that you were talking about that hit that half court shot from years back, where the university ended up paying the insurance company. Didn't. And I saw like there was this one. I don't know if you saw this. I forget what college it was, but a car dealership sponsored the $10,000 half court shot. The kid stepped over the line, made it. One dealership didn't pay it; they refused to. Another dealership stepped in. It was like, "We'll pay you." So they got a ton of marketing, a ton of publicity out of that, which I thought was interesting. But again, John Calipari helping people running out of gas in Fayetteville. Just wanted to let y'all know that this morning. That is your hog update.
And not only would Ty have helped push the car, he'd have paid for the next tank of gas too. That's what Ty would have done. So.
We're just blowing me up and just we're flat out lying this morning. Yeah. I did give someone $3 and change the other day, so I guess that's my good Samaritan.
In Fort Smith?
Yes.
You're not supposed to do that. They have signs that say to text your donations.
Okay. Well, I didn't follow the signs. As the other road signs I don't follow. All right, that is your hog updates brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8 Sparky.
Well, unlike me, we'd like to bring in an actual rule follower, which is David Rath of Rath Mitsubishi. And David, I know that you adhere to state laws and also traffic laws as well, but when you're out on the road and you're not in your just typical vehicle, I know you're a biker, and you guys are doing a bike giveaway right now at Rath Mitsubishi that I know you're really excited about.
Yeah, we are, and I appreciate you even calling me a biker. I'm terrible at it. I'm absolutely no good at it, but I enjoy it, so that counts for something. But yeah, we're giving away like a maintenance setup, just like a service and maintenance for your bike with a Fat Tire Bike Shop.
There you go.
So I've bought a couple of bikes over there, and folks that I know really like the service over there. The people there are really knowledgeable and they get you taken care of. So yeah, just one of those one of the local businesses we're partnering up with to kind of say thanks to all our customers.
Well, speaking of local businesses, I know it's always an interesting month in February. You got shortened days. You guys have had snow this month. You got 4 days left in the month of February. What do you have cooking for people that want to stop by and see you?
It sounds cliche, but it's kind of one of those every car must go kind of situations on those 24 Outlanders. Big sell down on those. We've got a huge incentive plan we're putting together on those. Particularly for folks that, whether you've got a Mitsubishi or you've never even considered one before, the idea that everybody's got to drive, certain vehicles and everything. And, this car gets the job done for an awful lot of people. And it's off a lot of folks' radars. And, you're going to get up to about a $4,500 rebate on the top trim on those, plus trade assistance. And, if you've got a trade in, I need those too. So I'm going to rear back and really try to trade with you as well.
Well, he can do it all for you, especially the last 4 days of the month. That's David Rath at Rath Mitsubishi. Make sure you check out their Facebook page for, again, the chance to win that giveaway with Fat Tire Bike. All right, we got more to get to coming up. Our Morning Rush Daily Question is next.
Just say, Alexa, play ESPN Arkansas.
ESPN Arkansas from TuneIn.
This is Tim Brando, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group has immediate openings in the Northwest Arkansas area. If you're a licensed CDL driver, heavy equipment operator, electrician, diesel mechanic, have paving or concrete labor experience, or experience in a quarry, apply today at jobs.crh.com. APAC offers top pay, a sign-on bonus, benefits including insurance, retirement, and profit sharing. Apply online today at jobs.crh.com. APAC Arcola and Standard Materials Group is an equal opportunity employer.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Novo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Tommy Kraft here. When it came time for new gates and some fence repairs at my home, the Fence Man was my first call. The Fence Man does it all, from large commercial jobs to small residential repairs. Wood privacy fence, vinyl fence, commercial or residential chain link, even custom wrought iron fencing. 479-782-3936. 18 months, same as cash financing with approved credit is now available. If it involves fencing, the Fence Man does it. The Fence Man. He ain't afraid of no work. 479-782-3936.
This is former Razorback Todd Day, and you're listening to The Morning Rush.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here for Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
Come on along, head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains, it's cold and it's smooth and it's waiting for you. Come on, head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush. Head for the mountains of Bush. Like
Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2022. Anheuser-Busch, Busch, and Busch Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a store card. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Man, I wish I knew you were here. We hear that every day at In Stock Parts, located off Highway 45 across from the cold storage in Fort Smith. Are you a maintenance technician, landscaper, farmer, or a do-it-yourselfer in need of bearings, belts, or roller chain, or safety supplies like gloves, safety glasses, or earplugs? Maybe you need drill bits, tap and die sets, lubricants, or even a gas-powered pump or generator. Don't waste your time driving around. Stop by In Stock Parts, your industrial parts resource, or check them out online at InStockParts.com. In Stock Parts.
As we wrap up the 10th annual Miracles and Magic Mediathon benefiting Arkansas Children's Northwest, we want to send a huge thank you to our incredible sponsors, Crabtree RV, Slotsky's, Heartland Honda, Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center, and Ozarks Electric Cooperative. Because of your partnership, children right here at home will be better today and healthier tomorrow. And to our amazing listeners, your donations make miracles happen. Thank you for bringing hope, healing, and smiles to so many lives. This wouldn't be possible without you. Together, we're making a difference. Thank you.
The Newmeyer family is a mainstay in Fort Smith, and their newest restaurant, the Whippoorwill, has so much to offer. Friday night catfish, good. Tuesday nights, kids 10 and under eat free with an adult meal purchase. Don't forget about Whippoorwill for every Hogs game with their massive projection screen. For catering options, call 479-769-2095. Newmeyer's Whippoorwill Restaurant, now a part of the Newmeyer family.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Herod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
It's Ty Richardson with owner and operator Cecil Gardner with Jazzco Graphics, now 17 years in the industry. What all y'all service here at Jazzco?
Logos, we do food trucks, cars, we do custom banners, signs for big and small businesses. We do logos, stickers, you name it, we just about do it all right here at Jazzco. Jazzco Graphics Design, 2415 Midland. It's on the corner of Midland and Kelly. Jazzco Graphics, the one-stop shop.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Christian's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
All right, if you were here at the top of the show, I'm in Bentonville today. The Governor's Conference on Tourism is happening in Bentonville. The movers and shakers of one of our big economic engines in our state, the tourism industry, are all here in Bentonville gathering, and they move this conference around the state. Tourism's a big economic driver. I'm here helping with the Arkansas Broadcasters as they have a long-standing partnership. Staying at the Motto, brand new hotel, beautiful place right across the street from the Ledger, but this might be the smallest hotel room I've ever stayed in. I mean, it is teeny tiny. So that's the Morning Rush Daily Question. Ty, what's the smallest room, the smallest space you've ever paid to stay in for one night?
Airbnb, I slept in a closet.
Seriously?
And I mean, when I was a senior at the U of A, I stayed in a foyer, or just like an extra living room, basically. And I didn't have a closet, and it was basically a direct shot to our back door. But yeah, the closet, because it had a bed in there, and there was like 23 of us, so it was quiet to stay in the closet. So that's the smallest place that I can think of. That was the Austin trip back in 2018. So yeah, that one comes to mind.
Walking into this room, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the room, but I am sitting on the end of the bed with a fold-down desk that goes underneath the TV that barely holds my laptop, because it's very, like we said, they were efficient with their square footage.
Isn't Bentonville like known for being like lavish and over the top and extravagant? And
I think the land that they had to build this facility on was so small. They don't even have parking here. They have a parking deck that they'll take your car to. So anyway, this is I turned around yesterday in the room and I hit myself, just turning around. So anyway, it reminds me of like a New York City studio. I mean, when we went to New York in December, our room was
bigger,
twice the size of this. This is like half the size of a New York City hotel room.
I'm not used to luxury like you are. I just kind of take what's given to me, and so I know this is I know this is throwing you off here this morning. And,
yes, it is.
And probably this. I'm just happy. I'm just happy to have somewhere that's enclosed, as in a house or an apartment or anything else for that matter.
And I got to look at it. I'm like, okay, well, here's the closet area. Open. Nope, that's the shower. Well, what's in this other door? Oh, that's the toilet. They're literally about half the size of a closet. So if you like in a hotel where you have the sliding closet, it opens up and you can hang your. That's the toilet and the shower.
Have you taken any pictures? Why don't you take some pictures and send them to Colton and put them up on our social account?
I mean, I'm not being critical, because this is a very well-appointed room. It's very nice for the 180 square feet we have.
Colton, has he been critical this morning? I'm going to guess that
he doesn't sound critical.
I'm just saying it's cramped. That's all I'm doing. I didn't say it wasn't nice.
I'm going to guess that they're not going to be a sponsor.
Cramped has a negative connotation. I think you were getting at with the efficient space. Tommy, I saw the angle when we were at the break. When you walk into the room, you're laying in your bed. So I mean, I did see that, and it looks cozy. That's what I would say. Cozy.
There's a better word. So I don't think any text reaction. I can't. I don't have enough room in here to see all the text response.
There's one
on my
tag,
screen.
but I'm not gonna read it. I figured that might be suggested. Do you have one, Colton, that stands out to you? And our texters are welcome to jump in on this Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily question, 877-377-6963.
None that appear to be quite as intimate as the setting that Tommy's found himself in that's that small, but I do remember some sweltering nights, summer nights in Eureka Springs at the Country Mountain Inn during the Lewis family reunion, where jumping back and forth to one bed was about all the room that you had to do. But there were 2 beds in there, so there was probably a little bit more room. But nothing that looks quite as small as what Tommy's found himself in this morning.
Okay. I guess maybe like
They're
a cabin.
comfortable. The bed was great. It's comfortable, but it's cozy.
Is there a mini fridge in there? And like any place to, any cold storage?
No.
Oh.
No, and in fact, one of the common comments I heard in the lobby yesterday is I was talking. There's no coffee pot in the room, which fine with me. I don't drink coffee, but yeah, you can't even make a cup of coffee in the room.
What percent? I'm going to be honest. You might be. I'm trying to think of the people I consider successful. You might be the only one I know that does not consume caffeine in the morning. I don't know what drugs you take in the morning, but the idea that you're doing this solo dolo is just a flat out lie. So you can keep up the act as long as you want to, but there is something you take before you get here.
It's on the screen right
that's
now.
That's God's nectar right there, Tommy.
Oh, Coke Zero.
Not much left.
That is as good as it is. It is drastic, and like I love Coca-Cola. I love the glass Coke. I love any kind of Coke. Vanilla Coke's okay.
When's the last time you had something out of a glass bottle, a Coke out of a glass bottle?
Well, when you see it, like you buy it. Like when I'm at a restaurant or something, I see it. I'm gonna if it's a weekend, I'm gonna drink my 1 or 2.
If I have a glass bottle of Coke, I got to put peanuts in it. That's like going back to the barber shop in 1981 for me.
But it's insane how much better Coke Zero is over Diet Coke.
Oh, and when people tell you it's the same thing, they're so wrong.
They're lying. All right, that is your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush Daily Question. Smallest place you've ever stayed in. Mine was a closet in Austin. Colton's was a family reunion. And evidently, Tommy is. Say that one more time. What's the name of the hotel?
The Motto.
The
by
Motto.
Hilton. This is a Hilton property. This is
Well, corporations are downsizing all over the country, so evidently they're downsizing their hotel properties too.
Apparently they're building another one in Rogers. I don't know how we're doing a commercial for the Motto, but anyway, we are.
Well, if you need some help, contact ty.richardson@hitthatline.com. Back to Cart Pass Social, #1 indoor destination for golf in Arkansas. You can play over 500 courses. They've got a couple of things they're actually doing right now. I know Nate's really excited about this, as is Christian. So they've got 2 really cool events at Cart Pass Social. One is the Masters Invitational, which you can experience. Could you check that out at cartpasssocial.com. They've also got their Spring League going on, which tees off March the 3rd. So if you're interested, go to cartpasssocial.com, 122 Grant Place in Lowell, 479-487-3622. And please tell Christian, tell Nate that the Morning Rush or ESPN Arkansas sent you, and I promise they'll think better of me than they do currently right now. cartpasssocial.com.
Have you downloaded the Hit That Line Now app? I know you boys have. If you're listening to us out there and you haven't downloaded the Hit That Line Now app, there's the is that a bell? I know it's Taco Bell, but is that a gong? What would we call that noise?
Gong, bell, ringer, whatever.
Brought to you by
you declare
Hit That
and
Line Now app presented by Taco Bell. If you want something like Thai that's cheesy or saucy or crunchy, Thai's not delicious, but you can find it at Taco Bell. Get the Hit That Line Now app powered by Taco Bell.
All right, so a little football news this morning in terms of just the SEC and where things are trending in the college football playoff direction. Tommy, I don't know if you've seen this story from Yahoo Sports. So Brian Kelly was, I guess, talking with some Yahoo Sports reporters recently. I think it was Dellinger. Maybe it was Wetzel or Pat Forty. But apparently there's this like new conference-led enforcement entity that is possibly going to happen and take place with the new NIL structure and the revenue sharing and everything else, where don't know who the CEO is just yet. But when you do break a rule, like poaching or going over a limit or stuff like that. Listen, that's happening all over the country.
Yeah.
I feel like, but
well, when you say poaching, I think about someone shooting a deer from the side of the road. But anyway,
yeah.
moving on.
I feel like that term's
Out
been
of
used.
season.
That term's been used with what's going on. But
saw a 12-point buck July the 5th. I had to help myself. Anyway,
get
moving
it.
on.
Like millions in financial fines, reductions in a team's shared revenue pool, multi-game suspensions for coaches. Again, Brian Kelly a week or so ago didn't think that anything was going to come of this, but more recently he's under the impression that there's actually going to be some enforcement on what's to come with the change of guard in college athletics with everything that's, again, transpired here in the last 3 or 4 years. So if this ends up playing, whatever this new entity is, it sounds like they're going to have enough teeth to actually go after some of these coaches for wrongdoing and what's going on with the new penalties that they can levy. Again, there's a lot to be figured out here in the next not just few months but couple years. But I just thought that was an interesting story.
What good are rules, regulations, guidelines if there's no enforcement? We can have speed limit signs all day. If there's no state troopers to enforce the speed limit, then people are going to do what they want, right? If there's no speed limit signs, how fast are you driving, Ty? As fast as the car will go.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I got up to 105 on the way to Fayetteville the other day, and I looked down at my speedometer, and I was like, whoa, this is not good. So,
and you didn't mean to, did you?
No, well,
you didn't do it on purpose.
The truck
you go down a hill, foot on the gas, and you know what? I'm not going to say all of this stuff happens in college, but you didn't mean to. I think a lot of it's intentional. But someone's got to be there and have the power to enforce the rules. As George Costanza would say, we're living in a society.
Well, since you're,
we've got to have some kind of enforcement arm to this, and there doesn't seem to be any.
Well, since you're passing up the Arkansas Edge director, I therefore will try and appoint you to this upcoming position where you will have complete power and sovereignty over college football and college athletics to dictate what goes on from here on out. That is probably a more of an appealing job, I would guess,
probably
for you.
Pays better too. So.
What do you think? What do you think? Something like that. I mean, Goodell's making like $60 million, something insane.
I think it's more than that.
Is it really?
It's more than that.
I know the NFL it just keeps
Did you
making.
say 16? Because you makes.
No, I thought it was 60.
Oh, now that
is
may be on the
is
money.
that,
I thought you said 16. It's more than that.
I would guess that this job, whatever it pays out, but people here's the thing. People are advocating for all these things, and I'm with the majority of them, with the exception of limiting the amount of money that a player can make, because I think it's stupid when we live in a capitalistic society. But college football is as watched as it's ever been. So despite all these people, and again, rightly so in a lot of cases, pushing back on some things that are happening, the argument that can be made is the sport's never been more entertaining from what's going on, despite these obstacles. So, but again, dumbest thing ever. If you think players should be limited on the amount of money they should make, then you don't want to be limited on your job either. It's the stupidest argument I think I've heard when it comes to this sort of thing.
All right, Arkansas and Texas tomorrow night, 8 o'clock. We'll have Hog reaction following the game. Who's doing those shows, Ty?
Off the top of my head, I couldn't tell you.
Brought to you by the Stadium Shop. Appreciate that. Brought to you by the Stadium. Matt Jones and either Ruskin or Zach, it sounds like. And the Stadium Shop's baseball ready. They got baseball today against Grambling. Let's give away some tickets, too. I got some tickets that need to be used today for Grambling. So text Colton right now if you want to go to the text us on the studio line. Stadium Shop next door to Baum Walker Stadium. They'll present Hog Reaction tomorrow night right here on ESPN Arkansas.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
The Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building quality fencing and gates, is looking for quality people to join the Fence Man team. If you are a fence builder or have building or welding experience, apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man offers great pay and a $500 sign-on bonus. Join the top fence building team and get a $500 sign-on bonus. The Fence Man. Apply today in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man is an equal opportunity employer.
Hog fans, this is Matt.
This is Robert.
And this is Elizabeth, and we're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole.
Folks, it's that time of year again.
Mom, what's he talking about?
Matt, I have no idea.
It's hoop time. It's baseball season.
And the Stadium Shop has everything you need.
Whether it's decorating your fan cave or getting something to wear for the game, we have what you need.
We even have Nike basketball jerseys, sideline apparel, even brands like Cutter and Buck and Champion.
Or how about something from Tommy Bahama or Coliseum for those Hawaiian shirt Sundays?
Guys, Nike baseball team hats and jerseys will get here about the 1st of February. Hey, Matt, do you know what's blue but doesn't weigh very much?
No, what?
Light blue.
Mom, please help.
Matt, there's no cure for a dad joke.
Folks, come by the Stadium Shop located at 989 South Razorback Road next to Baum-Walker Stadium, or shop us on them Insta WW book.
Dad, it's
Facebook.
the website, which is shoponrazorback.com. That's shoponrazorback.com.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
Folks, it does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
This is the Morning Rush. Courtside with Fort Smith Public Schools. Coaches take you inside on what's going on in Fort Smith sports.
I think the boys program, we definitely thrive off the energy and the emotion. I think as a coach, it's a big thing to kind of just help those guys rein that in, myself included. You know, there's times we have to take a step back, take a breath during a timeout, and just sit there and breathe.
New episode every week on the Hit That Line podcast network and on hitthatline.com.
Hi, everybody. Larry Rath here from Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, where all we do is keep you rolling. If you're looking for the best used car your money can buy, check out our great selection of road-ready certified vehicles with warranty. If you're trading or selling your car, let us give you a free second opinion and leave with a check in your hand. If you're keeping the car you have, let us take care of it for you in the Meineke Car Care Center. Plus, follow us on Facebook for special offers and fun contests. All the happiest drivers are rolling with Rath. Rath Auto Resources and the Meineke Car Care Center, Fort Smith.
I doubt you thought paint was anything like football, right? So you've got a favorite football team. Your painting team at the paint store in Van Buren gets you a solid primer, the perfect color, and a durable defense. That is what you want, right? Our team of Richards Paint and expertise always win for you. Whether contractor or do-it-yourself, we have the best team. The paint store in Van Buren. Go Hogs!
If you live near Alex, Alma, Branch, Bloomer, Mountainburg, or Ozark, Wave Rural Connect Internet may be available to you right now. Wave is now serving a few non-member areas and adding more in the coming months. Check availability online. Sign up.waveruralconnect.com or call 1-833-492-8372. Arkansas Valley Electric and Wave Rural Connect, changing the communities we serve.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show at Gaston's White River Resort, where a few days away from all the worries and stress will make all right in your world. Gaston's has friendly, experienced guides to help you land your limit. Enjoy your stay at Gaston's in one of their private cottages or reserve a lodge for up to 20 people. Call now and let Gaston's help you plan your next getaway on the White River. 870-431-5202. That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gaston's, a first-class time every time.
Locally owned Lumber One can handle all of your building needs. They've built their business on having great relationships with everybody from contractors and builders to the everyday build-it-yourself. Lumber One is a full-line door shop to handle all of your door, window, and trim needs. And along with lumber, roofing and drywall products, attic wall and floor insulation is available. Lumber One also does blueprint takeoff with access to design services with estimates available. So go where the pros go. Lumber One, located on Industrial Park Road in Van Buren.
The Great American Conference Basketball Championships are coming to Fort Smith, March 6th through the 9th at Fort Smith Southside High School. See the best men's and women's teams in the GAC battle it out for an automatic bid into the NCAA Division II tournament. Get your tickets and more information for the Great American Conference Tournament at greatamericanconference.com. It's the GAC Basketball Championships, March 6th through the 9th in Fort Smith at Southside High School.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, an increase in the sunshine. Our high today in the upper 60s to low 70s. Clear to partly cloudy sky tonight. And overnight low will drop down into the middle 40s. Wednesday, we could see just a few showers across the north. Temperatures will be falling through the 60s and into the 50s. Highs near 70 across the south on Wednesday. I'm Sally Russell with the forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grant Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936. You're listening to The Morning Rush on ESPN 95.3, KERX Paris Fort Smith.
I would just say I'm not set for the priesthood or taking one of those vows. I just don't know how they do it.
Adu Thiero, we're trying to figure out if he's going to be able to play or not. Without him, it's kind of like, if you remembered, we lost Boogie, had 2 days, and had to prepare for Georgia. Well, now we have 2 days and have to prepare for Texas if he does not play.
This is The Morning Rush.
So you get information by listening to Live with Coach Cal at Sassy's Barbecue and Grill, like you just heard about Adu Thiero. You also get theatrics from time to time.
Make a shot!
The occasional tidbit that you take away from Cal is entertaining. The show, again, we have it most Mondays. There's going to be a makeup show for when he was sick a week or so ago. But we got this text earlier in the show. This comes from Wynn, Northwest Arkansas. He just helped Cal push a car off the road 45 to 50 minutes ago, and Cal was one of the first people to get out of the car and help. Need to make sure to give him flowers off the air. Evidently, that driver ran out of gas. And Tommy then posed the question, would you, Ty, get out of your car and push it out? And I truthfully said, probably not, unless I knew the person, guy or gal.
Or she was hot.
Or she was hot. Then I would do that. But if it was just a middle-aged man. Now, if he was decked in HUD to go and Razorback gear, I would entertain the idea. But I always just feel weird doing that. But now I know that I should in these given situations. Since Cal did it, I need to, therefore, do it. Follow the leaders, Tommy, and in this case, this is what the leader has done with this basketball program.
All right, that's where we begin this hour. Ty revealing his soul and his dark heart, unwilling to help the common man. And that's where we're at this morning. Brought to you by the Fence Man, the company we trust when it comes to building gates, fences, powered automatic gates, something to keep neighbors like Ty out of your yard. They can build it for you. So 782-3936 is the number. Sean will be back with us Friday, and we'll do our Fence Man Friday picks brought to you by the Fence Man.
So we've got a few things to get into with our buddy Tom Murphy here coming up in just a bit. If you've got a question for Tom, you can do it right here at 877-377-6963 as we get going with Tom.
Playing Missouri the next game helps your net rank. I mean, you don't want to be 5 below. Winning that game and then getting one of those road wins we talked about before, Vandy, South Carolina, and then winning out at home. That's just so critical for them. I think if they can win out at home, they stand a really good chance to make it.
Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
Well, Tommy, I do know if you or I were pulled over on the side of the road or if we ran out of gas, our friend Tom Murphy, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, would absolutely get out and help us aside. Tom, how we feeling this morning, buddy?
Man, we're hanging in there. Got 7 treatments left. As you can tell, my voice is not perfect, but I'm feeling strong, man. I'm ready to knock this thing out.
Well, it's always good to have you on. I'm glad you're back with us here this morning. Basketball team, already injury depleted a little bit with Boogie Flan. He's been out for several games since the Georgia game. You hadn't had him. And now the possibility of Adu Thiero being out not just tomorrow night, but don't know what his timeline looks like. What kind of impact do you think this injury could have, not just tomorrow night, but if this thing lingers there, at some point the rest of the season?
Yeah, that's a huge one just because the physicality he brings, the rebounding prowess. Really, no one on the team drives quite as hard to the hole as he does and draws fouls. And so you're missing a big component of what you're doing offensively. So, I mean, I've been talking about Trevor Brazile for several weeks. It's time that he finds a role and that they create some stuff for him. He's taking a back seat. I mean, you can kind of tell. He catches passes on the perimeter. and doesn't look to pull the trigger very often. He looks to pass. There was a game a couple of games ago where he had a first step on his guy on the left wing, and it looked to me like he could have gone on in, and then there would have been one defender between him and the basket, and he stopped. He picked up his dribble, and you drive that thing in, you can create all kind of stuff. You can hit a short bank shot. You can draw a foul. You draw the guy defender, draw the defender, and you hit the open man. So, I'd like to see him be more aggressive. But that win over Missouri, y'all, you cannot put words or put value on how big that was, because it felt like it played out in various stages. You know, it felt like a long game that had all these different segments to it. And, you know, when Missouri was in control and when Arkansas came back, and they just saw the fortitude that this team is playing with, and I expect to see the same tomorrow night.
Tom, it feels like to me, no matter what happens, the worth of the season is going to boil down to that Mississippi State game, March the 8th. It just feels like a collision course for something important that day. And I know there's, you know, the Texas game and, you know, road trips to Vandy and South Carolina. Just feels like everything's setting up to it's going to come down to that one game. Do you get that feeling deep down inside that that final game is going to maybe determine everything for Arkansas?
Well, I mean, it very well could. And Mississippi State's got some nice road wins this year. But you don't want to lose to Texas. You don't want to lose your next three heading into that game, because then it might be too hard to get on the right side of the bubble. So you got to take care of the Texas game for sure. But Mississippi State, a real physical team, and depending on Thero's presence or lack thereof, Mississippi State will pound on you. They will go to the glass, and they're kind of like A&M in that regard. So it's going to be a huge challenge when they get to that point. But
even if you win the next three, it feels like that game may come down to the getting in the top 8 and having a first day bye, or I don't know. I've just got this feeling that regardless of if you win 2 of the next 3, all of the next 3, whatever, that, you know, that's going to be maybe the biggest hurdle of the year, even though it may not be the most difficult game of the year.
Yeah, there'll be a lot riding on it, no matter what place, no matter what situation the Razorbacks are in at that point. There'll be a lot riding on that game, obviously. But, you know,
so
the home crowd's been there. I think it's going to be big for the Texas game, and I think they'll show up on that Saturday afternoon as well.
I agree with you, and Saturday was a great crowd. How do you manage if Adu Thiero can't go? How do you manage and how do you get around that if that's indeed the case for the Texas game?
Well, you clearly need more out of Adu and Brazil, as I mentioned, and you're probably going to have to tweak some things. And his ability to draw the fouls, you know, there were some times he went in a little recklessly and, you know, put his body up. And I've been worried about how hard he goes and how hard he's landed on some of these contact plays all season long. And I don't have any further in-depth insight into what's happening with his back. But this is a major deal that somebody's minutes have got to increase, and not only that, but their production has to as well, because of all the things he brings to the table for your team. So it's a big deal.
Tom Murphy with us, courtesy of the Arkansas Beef Council. He's with Whole Hog Sports and the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. Tom, serious question. Are you in favor of banning the tush push? That's something that people have been talking about several days now in the National Football League. Are you in favor of kicking it out of the league like the Packers seemingly are, and apparently we're the team that wants this thing going?
You know, it's a great question, and you know, I think they banned if you're in front of a player grabbing him and pulling him forward, but there's an injury risk to it all, and it just seems to me with Hurts and the Eagles, they just have it perfected. I mean, I don't know if they hardly lose a yard. The Chiefs might have stopped them once or a couple times, but it's been really, really hard to stop. And I think it's going to boil down to whether or not they feel like there's an injury risk, guys jumping up into the pile. I think I saw during the playoffs on the TV call that a defensive tackle for somebody, I think it might have been Chris Jones, just kind of turned his shoulder because there's so much force coming at him. So I don't know what the solution is. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, Kirk Cousins sure can't do the tush push. So for the short term, maybe, yeah, let's get rid of it.
What do you think, Mr. Referee? Should they get rid of it?
I don't like the play because I don't think it's football. So I would not be opposed to getting rid of it. But let's not act like this is a 100% guarantee when you get into it.
Ask the Buffalo
was it
Bills.
Buffalo got stopped, what 3 times in their game with the Chiefs? I mean, so let's not pretend like you get down there and it always results in a first down or a touchdown. So, but to me, it doesn't feel like you're skirting the spirit of the game. You're using I just don't. I don't like the way it fits into the game. I don't think it's real football. So I would be in favor of getting rid of it based on that. But how do you define it? What becomes aiding the runner? What is pushing the pile? Is it 1 player? Is it 2 players? I think what Philadelphia does is different than most in what they've started. But I would not be opposed to banning this, but you're going to need some clear definition on it.
Keeping the football conversation going, Tom, let's talk some college, though. It sounds like the SEC eventually is going to go to a 9-game schedule. Now, people differ on when that is going to concur. If I could talk. What do you think about that, and are you in favor of the SEC moving to a 9-game schedule? The word I was looking for was occur. Go ahead.
Yeah, well, not really, but I think it might end up being an inevitability. It doesn't help the teams like Arkansas and Vandy and Kentucky and Mississippi State who are, always trying to get bowl eligible and having another conference game. I mean, this is a rugged deal, y'all. We all know this. We're seeing it play out during basketball season, and we will during baseball as well, where there's going to be really good teams that have 15-15 records or sub that make the NCAA tournament field in baseball. So I'm not in favor of it. I hope it takes a while to get, if it does get initiated, that it's down the road a little bit. But I know that they've got to come up with a format for the scheduling for the 26 here pretty soon. And it's going to be honest before we know it.
And it sounds like that there's not going to be any changes in 2025, that they're going to be pushed off to 2026. I know Heather Dinich of ESPN's reporting that. Do you anticipate anything changing for this upcoming college football playoff?
No. I mean, because they already had everybody's schedule set. It's the flip of what you played this year. Arkansas is going to Tennessee and so forth. So no, 26 would be the earliest, but they're trying to work in advance of it, and we could see movement this spring or summer on that topic.
Yeah, I don't like unbalanced schedules, 5 at home, 4 on the road, vice versa. I don't like those setups, but you can't have a league that's also, from a scheduling standpoint, put at a disadvantage against your rival Big Ten or any other league. So I don't know what you do. The answer to me is go to 10 games, and none of either 9 or 10. None of it favors Arkansas. None of those decisions, Tom, would ever help the Razorbacks get closer to a seat at the table in the playoff.
No, they don't. And if you just go back, I wasn't in favor of expanding from 12. Adding Texas A&M and Missouri, I did not think was good for Arkansas. And look how that's played out in football. But then again, Arkansas would have been kind of the voice in the wilderness on that because it was an inevitability. And then, the Texas and Oklahoma had. So they're just kind of going with the flow the Razorbacks are on this, and as we see, playing a little bit of catch up with NIL and the whole thing. It's high stakes athletics at the very highest level.
Tom, I want to ask you about that because since 2012, since they joined the league, Arkansas has 3 wins, twice against Missouri, once against Texas A&M. Which has been the biggest hindrance for Arkansas football? Is it the Aggies or the Tigers?
Well, I mean, they both have, and A&M has taken over that series, and not only did they take it over, but they're winning all the close games. I mean, there's a bunch of games through there, the skipper trip play and many other games Arkansas could have won, no overtime games. But Missouri is a real head scratcher because Arkansas has always been more of a traditional football school. They have a better history, and for Missouri to be ruling the series the way they have, it's got to be super frustrating for long-term Arkansas fans that they haven't gotten their foot in the door, and they've lost so many heartbreakers up there in Columbia, including this year. A game they had a lead late in the fourth quarter, and they don't hold on to it.
Tom, how you feeling? I can sense a little weariness in your voice today.
Well, it's just, my throat is pretty ravaged. It's had 28 treatments, so in football terms, I've got 35 total treatments, and I've gone through 28. So I've scored 4 touchdowns, and I'm driving for that last one. And next Wednesday will be my last treatment. And then it's going to take a while to heal as well. So I'm swallowing what I can. Can't eat really very much, but I'm hanging in there. I'm not losing much weight. And all the thoughts and prayers I'm getting from across the spectrum, from our industry, from family, have been very meaningful to me, and I'm quite appreciative.
Well, we think about you often. We talk about it, maybe talk about you often, and pass along word even off the air. You're in our conversations, our thoughts and prayers, and I can tell you're today's a day that's maybe a little bit more of a challenge for you. I can just sense it in you.
Yeah, but guys, I appreciate being on the air with you. It feels good to talk about what's going on, and I'll do it as long as I can.
Yeah, Arkansas and Grambling today. Be interesting at the ballpark to see some of the names that get out on the field and make the lineup card today.
Yeah, they want to score some runs, man. Kind of get that offense going. I don't know who will take a break today, but Grambling always seems to be able to find a pitcher that kind of gets them off kilter a little bit. So we'll see what this right-hander does and see if they can't get to him. Big Arrow.
Well, Tom, rest up, and we'll talk to you on Thursday.
Sounds like a plan. See y'all.
All right, Tom Murphy, Arkansas Democrat Gazette, Whole Hog Sports, with us Tuesdays and Thursdays, and put him on your prayer list as he's battling cancer right now, and we sure think the world of Tom, and I'm glad he's able to be with us still as he's going through these treatments. Our visits with Tom brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. On a cattle ranch, calves aren't only raised by their mothers; they're raised by a community of farmers, ranchers, and veterinarians committed to giving them the healthiest, most comfortable life possible. Because for cattle farmers, ranchers, and the moms of those baby calves, animal welfare is always the top priority. Together, we bring more beef. It's What's for Dinner. It's funded by the Beef Farmers and Ranchers of Arkansas, and courtesy of Beef. It's whatsfordinner.com.
So what's your gut on this Adu Thero thing, Tommy? You heard Cal, again, talking about in our open that they're again game planning for the possibility of him not, I'm paraphrasing, him not playing tomorrow night against the Texas Longhorns, where he had an impact in that first game. Double digits, filled up the stat sheet, and has been that way for the majority of the season, with the exception of a handful of games. He's been the guy that they've turned to when they need to get something going or whatever the case may be. What's your feel on this team? Not just tomorrow night, but from here on.
And I don't think they can win without him. Is my belief. They can't win if he doesn't play. And I'd love to be wrong about that, but there's really no evidence to say otherwise going into this. I don't know enough, and they're not going to reveal enough about the injury as to whether or not this is something that you can cause greater damage if he does play, if you can deaden up the pain to get through a game. I just don't know enough about what's actually going on, and I saw the way they were stretching him out, like, is it the back causing sciatica nerves and IT band problems, down the leg? What's the issue? And can chiropractic and massage treatment, relieve some of that? I don't know enough about what's going on, and they aren't going to reveal it, nor should they, to give me really a good gut feeling on whether or not he can play. But my gut tells me if he doesn't play, they cannot win the game.
I just think, and I guess my next question would be, is like, so since you shrunk to the 8-man rotation, you haven't played another guy. Can you do that with 7 dudes? Like, can you just play 7 guys in a college basketball game? I guess we'll find out tomorrow night if Adu Thero doesn't play. But, and again, I've been proven wrong multiple times this season. But I don't know.
Against a team like Texas, no.
Yeah, and that's not even like a perennial powerhouse in the league this year.
No, but they're good enough.
Yes, and I think it was Christina Long that wrote a really good piece, one of Tom's colleagues, about like the trajectories of both teams, how one team's starting to pick it up, that would be Arkansas. One team's, after they were picking it up, is falling. That would be Texas. You would hate for tomorrow night to kind of flip those scripts a little bit. You want the Razorbacks to get 5 of 8 if they can. Texas, I think, would have dropped 5 of 8 if memory serves me right on their record the last handful of games. But I don't think this is the same impact that we saw with Boogie Flan. Like, I don't think this team can surge. And I think there's been a bashing of Boogie that I think is
he's
unfair.
not the distributor.
Yeah.
Boogie was the distributor, and everything changed because it went through Boogie, and it became a dark hole at points with Boogie. So, the whole dynamic of the team changed for the better in some regards. No knock on Boogie, but that's what's happened.
And we've talked to, and Cal mentioned this. I was listening to his show live last night. Cal mentioned the emergence of Billy Richmond and Carter. Carter's really picked it up these last couple games, and they're going to have to both take their games to the next level if Adu goes out and is out for either tomorrow night or whatever that timeline looks like. And I just don't know if this team's ceiling is high enough with just 7 guys to win a game like Texas, or next week on the road, next Tuesday night against Vanderbilt, even at home to close out your season against Mississippi State. Can they beat South Carolina? Maybe. But these are some really 50-50 toss-up type of games, and it's a delicate balance for this team right now that, in my opinion, is not in the. I know what Lenardi has them in. I know what Palm has them in, but I mean, you're hanging on by a thread for an NCAA tournament berth. I mean, you said it best, I think, yesterday. You lose this game tomorrow night, or you're back in a different situation. Instead of being 5-9, you're 5-10, and you're just looking at the opposite way. So it's just it's a tough situation for this team right now, and I'm curious what next level could these 7 guys potentially take if Adu Thiero can't play tomorrow night.
I don't like the 7-11 plan, and I hope I'm wrong if that works it out. I just don't like it. All right, tomorrow night, game's late, 8:00. They'll have half-price apps and taps at Joe's Grill and Cantina, so you can go there to watch the game, maybe have a late dinner, and enjoy those appetizers half price during the game. And all the beers on tap will be half price during the Arkansas basketball game against Texas tomorrow night. It's also Taco Tuesday at Joe's Grill and Cantina. So all day long, $1 crunchy beef and chicken tacos. I love the chicken tacos there. The flavor of that, the chicken and the way they do it is incredible. They're $1 a piece, plus you can get some sides to go with that. That's lunch or dinner today at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Locally owned, chips and salsa to start every meal. You're going to love your experience at Joe's Grill and Cantina. Half-price apps and taps for the game tomorrow night, 3400 South 74th Street, across from Harps in Fort Smith.
Before we go to a break, I do want to share this breaking news from TMZ. Sydney Sweeney is not going to be hearing wedding bells in her near future. Direct knowledge sources tell TMZ that the actress was supposed to get married in May, and now the wedding is on hiatus. So for those single men out there that know who Sydney Sweeney is, the possibility is still up for grabs. She was engaged in 2022, 3 years ago, and they still haven't gotten married. That leads me to believe they're never going to get married, and that leads me to believe there is a chance, a possibility, a sliver of hope for single men like me. Telling me there's a chance. So hopefully, listen, I don't root against marriages, but in this case, I'm rooting against this marriage. I hope they don't never get married. I hope they break up, and I hope she is single once again. So wanted to share that that wealth of knowledge this morning.
What would you say to her if you saw her?
What's up?
What would you say?
Nothing. You would say nothing.
I would not probably say anything. So I would have to. That would have to be a.
You'd be paralyzed.
Yes, I probably would, just to be directly honest. But I thought that was interesting. That again, her wedding's getting pushed
3 years
back
is a long time to keep pushing that back.
Yeah,
your train of thought is absolutely. If she keeps pushing it back, if he,
this guy's holding on for dear life.
Right. That's right,
dear life. Yeah. But it's not. It's
Who's
not
pushing it. But which side of this is the procrastinator?
Well, she's probably busy. She's probably really busy.
That's what it says. According to
her work is picked up.
The couple's busy schedule, i.e., she doesn't want to tie the knot just yet. But just thought that was an interesting theme before we go to break. All right, SEC.
Can't get the prenup quite. I bet she has a big rock on that finger. And if you need a big rock, Ty, go to APAC Arcola, Standard Materials Group. They are the number one
Teddy
provider
sells
of
wedding
top
rings?
quality aggregates. Well, they can get you a rock. I don't know if they can put a band on it. Asphalt and ready-mix concrete for big or small projects, home or commercial. APAC has you covered, and no job is too big or too small. 479-587-3300. 479-587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
Jeff in Fort Smith, the best text as we head into break. Ty is a hater. I don't know if I hate marriage, hate the injuries, or hate anything right now, but we'll come back to that point as we go into break. More of the Morning Rush SEC update coming up next.
Arkansas's home for the best sports talk.
Good morning, gentlemen. Thank you for taking my call today. And good morning to this great fan base.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Novo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
As we wrap up the 10th annual Miracles and Magic Mediathon benefiting Arkansas Children's Northwest, we want to send a huge thank you to our incredible sponsors, Crabtree RV, Slotsky's, Heartland Honda, Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center, and Ozarks Electric Cooperative. Because of your partnership, children right here at home will be better today and healthier tomorrow. And to our amazing listeners, your donations make miracles happen. Thank you for bringing hope, healing, and smiles to so many lives. This wouldn't be possible without you. Together, we're making a difference. Thank you.
The Fence Man, the company you can trust when it comes to building quality fencing and gates, is looking for quality people to join the Fence Man team. If you are a fence builder or have building or welding experience, apply in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man offers great pay and a $500 sign-on bonus. Join the top fence building team and get a $500 sign-on bonus. The Fence Man. Apply today in person at 1213 North 32nd Street in Fort Smith. The Fence Man is an equal opportunity employer.
Oh, Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Call Randy Milam in Alma or Brandon Zimmerman in Barley.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Are you using Facebook as your website? Here are 3 reasons why that's a bad idea. 1, not everyone has it, which means you're missing out on customers. 2, you're not in control, Facebook is. You can't customize the look or fully brand your page. 3, unless you pay for ads, your page isn't getting seen. Let the Modular Orange team help you own your space online with a fully custom website that's only $95 per month. Go to modularorange.com to find out how. That's modularorange.com.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Old Man Winter is here, bringing cold, nasty weather. And Jelco Outdoors has all the gear to keep you warm and dry. Insulated coats, jackets, overalls, coveralls, thermal socks, and gloves for kids up to men's 4X. Jelco Outdoors has the largest selection of winter boots in the River Valley to keep your feet warm and dry. Need a portable heater? Jelco has plenty of Mr. Heater portable propane heaters and accessories. Come see us at Jelco Outdoors. Stay safe and stay warm this winter. Jelco Outdoors, 4600 South Zero in Fort Smith, your cold weather store.
A new era of chicken is here to stay, and it's not your parents' poultry. The Cantina Chicken menu from Taco Bell is slow roasted and perfectly seasoned. Take it tacoed up in a crispy white corn tortilla with cheese inside and out, or wrapped in a burrito with fresh purple cabbage and freshly prepared pico de gallo. However you like it, you'll never chicken the same way again. Get yours today at your nearest Taco Bell and join rewards to earn free food. Available at participating stores. Rewards points are earned on qualifying purchases. All items while supplies last. Subject to terms.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Except we've got SEC finals. Deal with it. They're the best.
In the SEC, it just means more.
I know one thing. The SEC just got a little tougher.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
We haven't played them a whole lot, but we worked on it today. But how about this lineup? How about two guards, Carter and Billy, and a big? And then you think, woo. Now you're saying, can you rebound with that? Can you do it? What does that make us?
So that was one of the discussions John Calipari had on his radio show last night. The initial question was about Big Z and Jonas, playing those guys together. And then he kind of morphed it into maybe like a combination of John L. Davis, DJ Wagner, Carter, Billy, and either Big Z or Jonas Adu. Shuffling, Tommy, has happened throughout the SEC play, and you could see some more line shuffling tomorrow night, depending on the status of Adu Thero and him being able to play against Texas.
What's the bigger deal, the shuffling of the lineup or who steps up? I mean, there's only so much shuffling you can do with 7 players, right? So I mean, it's not going to be the most difficult combination for Texas or anyone else to figure out if Thero's down. And if he's down for one game, you can survive that. If he's gone for a week or a week and a half, that's going to be difficult. And so the lineup doesn't worry me as much as, is it going to be Adu? Is it going to be Nelly? Who's going to be the one? Is it Brazil? Who's going to step up? Big Z should be on that list. Who's going to have a 20-point game that normally has an 8-point game?
That'd be a real bummer to see this team grow and develop and come together throughout the season, and like 3/4 to 4/5 of the way through, and all of a sudden this guy gets injured, and then the season goes awry and not able to play. I hope it doesn't play out like that. Hopefully, whether he's out one game or just this week, you want to see him back in an Arkansas uniform this season. But hopefully we'll get an update from the SEC office later on tonight, and then tomorrow we'll have the full announcement whether he's able to play in that game or not. Anytime there's a Charles Barkley quote, we have to play it. Evidently, Tommy, I don't know if you knew this, Charles did not like his name initially. He wanted to change it.
I remember telling my mom, I said, Mom, I want to change. Coach Travis was like the stud in town. Yeah. And I said, Mom, I want to change my name to Travis. She says, why? I said, because he's the best athlete in our city.
Can you imagine Travis Barkley? Can you wrap your mind around Travis? I actually hated my name growing up. I just wanted to be named Tyler. Ty is pretty. My name's kind of weird. It's Tye. Most people spell it Ty. That's weird amongst other personality traits that I have. But I think it was when I'm listening, and I was like, well, that was literally me growing up, just the same as Charles, except I wanted to just lengthen my name rather than completely change it. But can you imagine? I can't wrap my mind around calling him Travis Barkley because there's no short nickname for Travis. And I guess you could say Trav, but just doesn't fit.
I'm going to guess, and this is purely a guess, but I imagine Charles Barkley was probably bigger than most of his classmates when he was a kid. Just based on the size of the enormous human being he is physically now. So personality and physically. So I'm guessing he didn't get a lot of fun poked at him. He wasn't the butt of a lot of jokes because of his name. They were probably, scared that if they made Chuck mad, it could turn ugly. So he probably didn't have to deal with a lot of those things. So.
I would guess you being right. But he seems like a guy that's very self-deprecating, makes fun of himself. I don't know if he's grown that way over time at 63 years of age like my father, or if that's something that he learned early on. But I have noticed he's absolutely willing to make fun of himself.
Yeah, I think you grow into that. Probably as a kid, he
not so
probably
much
didn't have that trait or quality about him. But so he probably didn't take as much grief as you or I would have in grade school.
Yeah, more than I do right now. Other SEC news.
It's all earned now. It was just mean. They were picking on you when you were a kid. Now you earn all the scorn that you get.
I want to get you. It's funny. So I want to give a shout out to my guy Eddie at the basketball game. So I'm walking, I'm going to the bathroom. He kind of looks at me for a sec, looks me up and down, looks at me again. It's like, you do the radio still, right? It's like, yep. I ride Tommy's coattails, and we were just kind of having a conversation about the team and everything else. And he's like, yeah, those guys give you grief. And I was like, who? I initially said Clay, because most people just say Clay gives you a lot of grief. And he's like, no, yeah. Tommy's really hard on you. And I was like, okay, so the frame of mind I try like present to everyone else that's in any other industry outside myself is like, everyone gets crap at an early age. You can call it hazing. You can call it just living through life. Like, I have not been in a job my entire life where, as the young guy, I haven't gotten crapped on. And all it is just mine's public rather than private. Like, you get ridiculed in your job, if I had to guess, 20, 30 years ago. But now, you being the age that you are, you do the ridiculing. So it's hopefully I'm putting in my time, I'm putting in my work so I can mentally abuse some kid 20 years down the road. Like I have been abused for nearly the last 7 years by Tommy, Clay, Chuck, anyone that's on our airwaves, honestly, for that matter. Ruskin and Zach, Phil to a certain extent. Matt's always been nice to me, but you know how it goes.
Well, when I'm asked about it, first of all, it's a show. It's a radio show, and show's the key word in there, not radio. It's a show, so we're trying to entertain you. We're trying to make you laugh a little bit, and let's be honest. You give us plenty of material to poke fun at.
You are. Right, you are.
It's all good-natured ribbing. That's all it is.
All right, continuing on the SEC material. Florida at Georgia tonight. State at Alabama. Tennessee at LSU, South Carolina at Missouri. Apparently, the Missouri Tigers are also not having a spring game, too. That was just announced recently. And unfortunately for the Texas A&M baseball team, their stud third baseman, Gavin Grahovic, is out for the season. That was big news in the SEC baseball circuit that's been announced, I guess, the last day or so.
All right, we're brought to you by Oaklawn and the new Oaklawn Sports app. If you haven't downloaded that, be sure and do that in time for March Madness, as all the biggest games of the year are coming. Conference tournaments not very far away, a couple weeks out. Now is the time to get the Oaklawn Sports app and be ready to go. New customers earn up to $1,000 in bonus bets. Once you deposit, you're automatically enrolled. There's nothing extra in your first 10 days. You can get a $100 free bet from Oaklawn if your first bet of the day doesn't work out. Plus, Ty, I know you love parlays. You think you think, I can get more than one thing right. I can get 3 or 4 things right. On qualifying 3-leg parlays, earn a profit boost of up to 10% when your parlay odds are plus 1,000 or more. It becomes 10% better at plus 1,100. It's all with the Oaklawn Sports app. Download it now in the Apple app or Google Play Store and bet with the brand you trust. Anywhere in Arkansas, bet with Oaklawn Sports.
All right, so I do have to share this wild money story. This is in Paris, Tommy. That's how they call it over there.
Oui.
2 homeless men are on the run with a $523,000 lottery ticket that they purchased with a stolen credit card. The victim's lawyer is offering to drop the charges and split the winnings if they just turn themselves in. Again, it's worth over 500,000 euros. I guess that's the money they use over there. I've never been to Europe. Let's see.
Yeah, euros is their.
Is that their form of
shocking
currency?
They don't use dollars, isn't it, Ty?
Oh, it'd make it easier if there was a. And I know they're euros, but I'm just playing the entertainment.
More
card.
Of that material.
Let's see.
Yeah.
The man whose card was stolen, identified in police documents, is known as Jean David E. And again, is offering to split the cash with the lucky winners. If I ever, let me just offer this
up. What would the law be on that? Let's get Jackie Mock on the case here, but one of her friends, because if you buy a lottery ticket with a stolen credit card, who actually owns the ticket? Who purchased?
That's a great question. You know what?
Why would you split it? Wouldn't you get all of it? Wouldn't that be the ultimate punishment for the criminal? Is you use the card, which I didn't know you could use credit cards, but maybe it's a European thing. or a debit card to purchase a lottery ticket. But if it was purchased with my money without my consent, isn't that mine?
I'll tell
Why
you what,
split it?
I'll take your credit card and rack up hundreds and maybe even thousands of dollars of lottery tickets, and we win something, we can split it. If not, you incur all the damages.
Exactly. That would be like saying you took my credit card, went on a shopping spree, and we'll just split the clothing, or we'll split the meal. I mean, that doesn't make any sense. So maybe that would be the ultimate punishment. Hey, you got €500,000 here, but you don't get any of it. I mean, that would be like the ultimate punishment for a criminal.
You know what? Honestly, the lottery would probably consider that instance, make it null and void. So, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, no one won. No one won.
Right.
No one won.
No one wins.
No one
and
wins.
we'll give you your $2 back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$2 whole dollars.
So, hey, the Great American Conference Basketball Championships are going to be in Fort Smith this year. Which, if you're familiar with the Great American Conference, for those in Arkansas, that's Ouachita and Henderson and Southern Arkansas and UA Monticello and Harding University and Arkansas Tech, and then their counterparts on the Oklahoma side, 12-team conference. The best 8 in the men's and women's divisions that are still battling it out, got 1 week to go, are coming to Fort Smith to be right in the heart of the GAC for their basketball men's and women's championships. The winner of the tournament's going to get an automatic bid into the NCAA Division II championships. So you can get your tickets now, and some really great basketball that you can watch. It's going to be at Fort Smith Southside High School this year. Next year it will be at Fort Smith Northside. It's March 6th through the 9th. Really great basketball. You can get more information, brackets, details, and more at GreatAmericanConference.com. That's GreatAmericanConference.com, and you'll see some really good men's and women's basketball March 6th through the 9th in Fort Smith.
Real quick, before we go to break, and we got one final segment here on a Tuesday, I got this letter from the water department that they are shutting off our water Thursday morning at 8 a.m., and that apparently it's going to be turned back on the same day. I'm going to visit my brother and some friends and leaving on Thursday to Dallas, so it's not going to affect me, but I want to make sure my roommates know. As someone that has owned a home for several years now, will the water be fixed on the same day, or will they be without water through the weekend?
No, they'll have it. They won't do that to you.
All right. I was anytime.
It may not be exactly at 4 o'clock or whatever they say, but they're not going to leave you without water overnight.
Okay,
no.
That is. As someone that's had, like, our water here was busted for 2 or 3 weeks. It wasn't the city's fault. It was just we had several issues and had to figure that out. That was hot water, but water entirely. Just I was kind of curious about that. It's not something that I think anyone wants to have to deal with.
Well, cold showers aren't something I would
not
deal
fun
with either for a few weeks. No.
I showered at the gym for I think 2 weeks. It was not. I hated it. It was awful. I picked up fungus, probably staph, and amongst other things. It's not. I don't recommend. I don't know how anyone
shower
does
shoes.
Yeah, but they're worn down and they don't fight off germs very well. To be honest,
I've never understood the shower shoe part, because isn't the shoes going to get the fun? I mean, unless you're going to go home and clean your shower shoes,
which I didn't.
I don't understand shower shoes either. But anyway, I'll get in there and risk it with the fungus. I'm in Bentonville at the Arkansas Governor's Conference on Tourism, and guess who I ran into last night?
I'm going to say Clint Gaston or Jacob.
Clint Gaston. Spent a couple hours with Clint and Jacob last night. Just awesome to catch up with Clint and Jacob, and what a great crew at Gaston's. And they were like, "Where have you guys been? You need to get up and see us." And so I accepted their invitation. Said, let me look at Ty's schedule, see when he's going to be out of town, and we'll go then. And they said, awesome.
That's just mean. That's just, that's dirty. That's
seriously,
dirty.
They want us to come up and do a show, and figured you could run the board. I mean, Colton likes to fish more than you.
Never been to Gaston's. Looking forward to my first trip. Sounds like a great plan, Tommy.
Awesome. They got the fiber internet, so we can do the show. They've still got that blackened chicken pasta that you and I like so much, Ty, that we can get off the
grab
menu
something to
there.
go and bring it back, since I'm apparently not going on this trip.
But I'm looking forward. Now, seriously, the weather's warming up, and we need to find a day or two to get to Gaston. It's a real treat, and it's amazing the people here at this tourism conference. Gaston's is one of the crown jewels in our state of tourism. And just really neat to catch up with Clint and Jacob and the team at Gaston's last night here in Bentonville. But plan your trip now to Gaston's. 870-431-5202 is their number. 870-431-5202. 5202. Gaston's White River Resort, a first-class time every time.
Shop local, eat local, be local. You're listening to The Morning Rush.
Now, for a limited time, employee pricing is back at the #1 fifth wheel dealer in Arkansas, Wheels RV. That's right, employee pricing is back, and you pay what our employees pay on a huge selection of select new and used RVs, plus some 2025 models included. You'll find all your favorite brands, such as Grand Design, Brinkley, Forest River, Vibe, Nobo, and Flagstaff. Plus, you get a lifetime warranty on every new RV sold. Employee pricing exclusively at Wheels RV in Springdale. Wheels RV, located 5 miles west of I-49 in Tawnytown. Seek, explore, discover with Wheels RV.
Looking for a way to get your favorite lures from Pradco at the click of a button? Learner.com not only has brands such as Rebel, Yum, Booyah, and more, but the site includes exclusive deals and baits you won't find anywhere else for your favorite brands. We have free shipping for all U.S. orders over $35, so be sure to treat your favorite fishing buddy or yourself to some new tackle box treasures. Check out Learner.com today.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports betting business. Bet Saracen was just named the 15th largest sports book in America. That's because Arkansans like to do business with a winner. Find all your winners on Bet Saracen. Download it today and look for my RR prop bet specials. I pick them, you win them.
Bet Saracen is Arkansas's favorite sports wagering app.
Gambling problem? Call 800-522-4700.
Come back here absolutely jacked and juiced. Let's go.
This is The Morning Rush.
Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing on all 2024 Buick Encore GXs at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Encore GX is a boldly styled 5-person SUV that is ready to reward. Up to $3,000 off and 0.9% financing for well-qualified buyers. This is a limited time offer. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith and online at harryrobinson.com.
Hey, this is Dr. Cole Johnson at River Valley Smile Center. You hear my partner, Dr. Charles Liggett, at 12:15 on halftime every Monday. Dr. Liggett and I have worked at River Valley Smile Center together for 11 years now. Like the Hogs, we have a great team. Do you have a unique dental procedure, a complex dental problem, or are you just nervous about dental work? Come see me for sedation dentistry, implants, implant-supported dentures, as well as cosmetic dentistry. We are located at 8309 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith at the River Valley Smile Center. Check us out online at rivervalleysmiles.com or call 479-646-0706.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Here's some exciting news for golf enthusiasts. The Golf Nut is thrilled to announce new arrivals for 2025, including Callaway Elite Woods and Irons, the new generation Pro V1 and Pro V1X golf balls, as well as a full range of lab putters, including the latest OZ model. Schedule a lesson or fitting on one of our indoor simulators to elevate your game. Visit the Golf Nut at 5121 Towson Avenue and experience golfing greatness for over 30 years.
Join us for the legendary adventure Mystery at the Forest on Saturday, April 26th. Heart to Heart Pregnancy and Family Care Center invites you to share this magical evening of excitement, mystery, and fun. If you are a business or individual looking to sponsor a heartfelt organization or to buy tickets, please visit our Facebook page for more information or call our office at 479-452-2260.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Looking to protect yourself and your family this flu season? Law's Drug Store at 6802 Rogers Avenue offers the latest vaccines for adults and seniors in both COVID-19 and the flu. Law's Drug Store has friendly pharmacists ready to assist you with no appointment necessary. Call 452-6116. It's quick, it's easy, and in most cases, free with your insurance. Law's Drug Store, 6802 Rogers Avenue behind Outback Steakhouse. Open 6 days a week to care for you and your family.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. The Hit That Line Now app is ready for you to download from the Apple and Google Play stores. Sponsored by Taco Bell. Live Moss.
Final segment here on the Morning Rush. We've had a fun-filled show thus far in the first hour and 50 minutes. Hopefully these next few minutes will be just as entertaining, Tommy.
Brought to you by the Inn at the Mill. If you're looking for a great place to stay in Northwest Arkansas, our friends at the Inn at the Mill have a clean, comfortable room waiting on you, conveniently located at the Johnson exit. That's number 69 off I-49. It's a unique stay, and this hotel is close to everything in the region, from all the way up in Bentonville to the Momentary and Crystal Bridges and the things you want to see there, to being on campus for a game like today with Arkansas and Grambling. So reserve your stay at the Inn at the Mill, 479-443-1800. That's 479-443-1800, or book online at innatthemill.com.
All right, so for CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers trivia this morning, we do it every Tuesday around this time. What holiday is a week from today? The music is a hint. What holiday is 1 week from today that has some Cajun flair and culture to it? 877-377-6963. 877-377-6963. Tommy, you can't answer. You are ineligible to answer this question when it comes to
a Cajun holiday. I guess it is.
A Cajun flair.
It's associated.
Yes,
yeah.
It's associated, and I think about where the mecca of it, I really is in the United States from that standpoint. So it is one. If you do you, I have to wait to ask this question because it'll basically give it away. All right, who we got, Colton?
We got Austin in Bentonville.
Austin, you're in the same town that Tommy is right now. What holiday is 1 week from today?
Fat Tuesday, Mardi Gras.
That is correct, Austin. That is right. Austin, are you a king cake fan?
I am. We're
Okay.
up down there. Love them.
Okay. All right. Well, stay on hold. We'll get your information. Congratulations, Austin. He's won a $25 CJ's Butcher Boy Burger gift card. We love giving them away each and every Tuesday. I know Keith and his team would love to see you today at the Fayetteville location, or Keith and Sally at the Russellville location as well. Best burgers and fries around. They win the awards every single year. I stopped by 2 weeks ago, got me a number one. It was fantastic. So if you're coming up for the baseball game today, or maybe you're coming up for the series this weekend, or any Arkansas basketball game in the near future, your stop needs to be at CJ's Butcher Boy Burgers. When all you do are burgers, they have to be the best.
You ever gotten the right slice of the king cake?
I have not. I like king cake. Some people are very against it, but I actually enjoy it. So I think it's pretty good.
Where could we go to get a king cake for next Tuesday's show?
That is a great question that I do not.
Walmart.
Walmart, maybe.
They sell. Maybe they do seasonally. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm asking because I don't. Some local bakery would have be able to make us one. So, hey, what would go good with king cake? Could be some Andy's frozen custards. Custards from Andy's. Yeah, we can get that pick six. We can get 6 of my favorite flavors, and if y'all don't like them, tough. I'll eat them all, but we can mix and match 6 of anyone's favorite flavors. Andy's Frozen Custards, Conway, Fort Smith, and North Little Rock. Walk up or drive through, they're ready to serve you. And be sure and download the Andy's app from the App Store. That's Andy's Frozen Custards, Fort Smith, North Little Rock, and 2 locations in Conway.
Halftime coming up next. Mr. Phil Elson, Mr. Matt Jones. You get to hear Phil twice today. It's game day, baby. So he'll join us coming up in just a bit here on ESPN Arkansas and hitthatline.com.
BetSaracen is Arkansas's #1 mobile app for placing sports wagers.
There's big news in the mobile sports